Good afternoon, good evening, welcome, wherever in the world you are. Y'all ready? All right, how's everybody doing? Okay, so we're gonna do a couple things today. Yeah, we're gonna do some more PvP fighting, but also we're gonna go through fits today. I'm gonna remove a bunch of stuff from EWB that looks like it is, you know, out of date or whatnot, you know, no longer of use. Unfortunately, I believe that my most popular fit is one of those. And then, you know, we're probably going to add some other fits and try a couple of other things as well. So, all right, I'll be using this guy today. And today is Council Diplomatic Shuttle Day.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Bringing on this guy. We'll have 4 characters in Null total. Got that guy moved, or gal.
Connecting.
Booster.
Skill training completed.
Well, let's see here. Let's give him the shuttle. The skin. And we're not logging either of those in. Oh, the Newton cruisers are no joke. Yeah, I saw you say you lost Gila and Abyssal last night. That's why you got to run fits that require no cap. My Omni Gila, though, only is really guaranteed up to tier 3. It can do some tier 4s, but it starts to get a little sketchy. So... Alright, let's see. I think he's going to get the shuttle and the nice skin for it. And that.
Connecting.
This guy is logging in. He's my salvage guy in Null. Move him off to another screen though. Skill points, all right. To this guy here, huh? Okay. And then we log him off because, well, we don't need him on. So I'm gonna keep the ones up we need. So let's get these guys in fleet, so they're all ready to go for when trouble presents itself, which I'm sure it will today. I'm sure it will. It's like there's already trouble, in fact. Yes, there's a lot of neutrals in MJ. All right. Funny enough, I don't have any characters in there. Bet you it's Siege Green that's in there. If that's the case, not even gonna go fight him. It requires big numbers against them. So Zero, thank you for the follow a few minutes ago, and JJ entered the giveaway, got a message. Hi Twitch. Yes. Giveaway today is a bronze pack. So get in on that. All right, so I'm gonna keep an eye on things this way. All right, I think that, let's see who the guys are in. I do have one guy in MJ, but oh yeah, Siege Green. But he is he's just a salvage guy, so not gonna do very well for stuff. Let's see here. All right, so part of what we're going to do today is actually go through some fits, see if they make sense and everything. Maybe discuss them a little bit. These are all my fits on EWB, exclamation point EWB, and I'll give you a link to these. So I just want to go through them and make sure that they're still valid, because I have some that are not. And I know that they're not, and there's no sense in people trying to load them up thinking they're going to be good to find out they're not. So this jump freighter fit, it is actually cat. This is actually kind of the perfect fit for a jump freighter, and you can use this with any jump freighter, not just a Nomad. But it has the jump drive economizers here, and the jump drive economizers, they save you on fuel used for jumping. And so and then when you are going into so when you're jumping, you land, and you dock up, and then you switch your fit to, you know, when you land, when you are going to jump into high sec or another low sec system or whatnot. Actually, you always stop at a low sec system to go into high sec. And you should have a scout out there if you're at war. If you're not at war, scout might still be advisable, because these are so expensive. And literally, I've had, you know, while flying one of these with the cargo and everything, I've been 35 billion in value or more. And so, now I've never lost a jump freighter. That doesn't mean it can't happen, because I almost lost one, almost lost an Ansher, getting alphaed by a Nix one day. And, but it just got me into hull. Now, if I had been in this Nomad when that happened, I'd have been dead, because this does not have as much EHP. Hello, Zimmer. And so you put in the Shadow Serpentis inertia stabilizers when you're going to jump into a high-sec system, as long as you don't have too much cargo to prevent you from doing that. Those allow you to align faster. And that's important. This is the fastest aligning jump freighter, but an Ansher is the tankiest. And I was in an Ansher when I got alpha'd. And then there is the expanded cargo hold. Now, you would never ever run or expanded cargo hold modules in anything but a jump freighter, because the ore ones are very expensive. They're 100 million each or something like that. And so they are just extremely expensive. And but the thing is that you are so overvalued anyway as a jump freighter that you may as well maximize everything. Because if you do everything right, you never get killed. You're never in danger. It's when you make a mistake that you're in danger. You know, so maybe you're timid and you don't want to do that yet. But come on, what's 300 million compared to 11 or 12 billion for the hull? You may as well do that and get the little bit of extra space so that you make fewer trips, because it costs you fuel and time. Anyway, this fit's still good. And
welcome, Elder Dragon. So you think you're
Dragon
worthy
Lord.
of being a Markee Dragon subscriber? Duke isn't so sure of that.
Oh,
Get
you
in line with
converted
the other
a
dragons and show me
Prime
what you're
sub to
made
tier
of.
1. All right,
What are you
thank
waiting for? Get over there before I open a can of whoop ass.
All right, so here's my bowhead, and I'll explain each one of these as we go. That's probably a good deal for a lot of you who've never flown one of these, any of these before. Come here, sweetie. I'm not talking to my ship. I'm talking to this cat right here, which is just so wild. I don't even know. Yeah, see, she's ready to pounce on me. Yep. You can't pet her. She is unpettable, which is kind of a shame. She just bites you a bunch if you try and pet her. All right, so for bowhead, you want as much tank as possible, and in this configuration it has the highest DHP, which is these rigs, and then it's brick tanked, plus it's got some shield stuff here. Now this one as well, you don't worry about the price so much. You don't use officer modules on it, but you don't worry about the price so much because it is a more expensive ship. These are very rarely killed in the game. It doesn't mean they're never killed in the game, but there's only a few of them killed in high sec each month. And part of that's because there's a micro warp trick on them, which the micro warp jump drive trick, for one cycle you hit warp. So basically you tell it to warp, or you tell it to warp, you hit your propulsion for one cycle, hit it, start it, turn it off, so it does just one cycle, and then it'll jump. And so that gets you to warp in 10 seconds. Instead of like 40 seconds or so that this takes to align. So anyway, this is another still very valid fit. And then got a Vargur here. This one is actually still good. This one, the Chainbreaker Mission Runner, It is pretty good. This has got the guns so that you have a fast cycle time. It's not the other guns, the autocannons. The autocannons, are they autocannons or are they called howitzers? I don't remember now. But this one is set for being able to shoot often. The other kind is a really high cycle time, and I believe I have a fit in here for that too, but I found it to be not very effective unless you need high alpha, which you only need the high alpha in PvP, in my opinion. So, Doogie says, hi, good luck. Thank you for the support. So this one's still all valid. It's expensive, 4 billion, but you can use this to run missions. And then we got a Macarial here. Fastest level 4 mission runner. So this is, I believe that this is the, what do I call it? I forget. Okay, so this one's by Hateless, and I've got it in my list. And basically, you change your resistances per whatever you're doing. This is Ham Blitzer. This is not Dread Pirate Scarlet. This is Ham Blitzer. And so anyway, I added this one to my list. I had to ask EWB for a special ability to do that. So they added it. And so this is his fit. I use it a lot. It's very effective. It is probably the most effective mission runner that there is overall. Vargest. All right. So this has cruise missiles. Some of the meta has changed a little bit on this. This one's a cruise missile ship. It's got really long range, and it the cruise missile stuff basically what's kind of replaced it a bit is people doing more of a brawl with torpedoes with these, because you can get even higher damage. But this is a good solid mission runner, and it's another expensive one though. It's over 3 billion, but it's solid. Nightmare. This one's fun. This one's still valid. Nightmare uses lasers. It's what, Amar and... is it Amar and Galante together? And anyway, this is a really solid performer. It's another really expensive one, almost 3 billion. And it's good for when you need high speed with an afterburner. So this has some of the what are you doing? Huh? Why are you up on? I forgot to go get the stuff to keep you off my desk. So, you okay with staying off the desk? Yeah? A little fresh nature. Anyway, these have bonuses to propulsion with the afterburner, and they can go quite fast with an afterburner for a battleship. So, and this one is shield tank. These also, I believe, can be armor tank. And it's cap stable. All right, so here's a really special fit. This is for Wormhole. Sounds like what you need for ESS, but not good cost. Yeah, they're too expensive. Too expensive for ESS stuff. So this one is configured for doing wormhole stuff. It has a cloak, which makes it take longer, double the time to target things. It also has to have space for a probe launcher here because in wormhole space, you have to be able to find the wormholes and stuff. So it's got a single rep, and it's pretty expensive, 2.9 billion. So, but it's good. I've used it in there. This is EM and thermal, which is some of the EM and thermal are the primary strengths of Amar, and so that one is still valid. And then here is another paladin, very similar, except it doesn't have, and so this one is set up for Blood Raiders, EM and thermal again, and it has some changes to it though. It's got an auto-targeting system in it. It also has a salvager in it, and another good one, 2.9 billion again. And this is a good mission runner against Blood Raiders. And then, gosh, I have 3 paladins in here. All right, so this one is really big tank, is what it says. Oh yeah, and long range on drones on this one, no salvager. So another good fit. Look at the tank stuff here. It's it's pretty good. So let's see here, 3985 HP per 11 seconds on the armor rep, and 1300 DPS, which is needed in a few of the sites that are where you have like the mother station and stuff, which needs more than 1100 DPS. It also actually it probably has even higher DPS now, because they did make changes to where you are getting more DPS out of these. So my guess is it's going to be up in the 2300 range. Also another expensive one, and since they made those changes, maybe you don't have to spend quite as much on one of these to have it be king. Gollum. This one is cruise missile, and it can just sit out there and kill everything. And it has extremely long range. And this also, sometimes people are now switching them over to be brawling and use torpedoes because they can get more damage out of them. Still a good fit. Here's my Machariel Smart Bomber. This is the one that I'm using in. This is the one that you've seen me use in Null lately, and so it's expensive, and it's EM smart bombs. Depending on what area you're in, you might use a different type of smart bombs. EM is the proper thing for rats in drone space, but may not be so proper in other places. All right, so this right here is, I prefer actually passive fits more on my rattlesnakes than active fits, but this is a good active one. Let's see here. So it says 1799 DPS with max skills. With the changes they've made, it might be a little bit more, in fact. And Again, you might need to put on, let's see, this is multi-spectrum. Oh, they're multi-spectrum. This is Omni. So you just apply the right type of ammo. Another Rattlesnake. Let's see here. Switch songs here. All right, this is the Crimson Harvest version. And so I've used this in the Crimson Harvest sites. There's a couple of things about this that are of interest. And the one is that this is actually using Caldari Navy rapid missile launchers. Now, the reason for that, there's a very specific reason for using the pirate ones. Did you know Tech 1, there's Tech 2, you could use Tech 2, but these take an incredibly long time to load, even the Tech 2 version. And this one is, you get more DPS out of these because they can hold one more volley in them than Tech 2. So they are one extra volley, which means you don't have to reload as often. And so it's good for efficiency. Here is the Lashak that I've been running a lot lately. It is really good when you have bigger stuff. This is horrible against frigates. So missions that have just a couple of frigates, no problem. Missions that have a ton of frigates, absolutely do not use this. It will just, you can kill everything still because you have drones and everything, but it is going to take you an enormously long time. And so kind of wrecks your missioning experience. But if you like the stuff for Triglav, it's good. All right, Ratting Carrier. So this one I've used it a bit. 2.5 billion. They're actually coming down in price since the last release. They've actually been coming down in price a bit because they're cheaper to build now. And the only problem with ratting with a carrier is that you end up losing some of your fighters, and fighters can be pretty expensive. And so I end up when I go out ratting using Tech 1 fighters, and I manufacture them myself because you want to keep the costs down. You lose 2 Tech 2 fighters and a whole site's profit can be lost. So you can be behind the game, unless you are pumping through trying to do them as fast as you can to get escalations, and you don't care if you lose some fighters. This also doesn't have propulsion, so you park and you warp in at 100 on a site, and then you just unleash everything. They're pretty fast. Listen, I see you stalking me, and it's not going to work. And I can see that Discord has unmuted itself again. That was my Discord. All right. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Hyperion. This is a fun ship, but it's expensive. So this Hyperion uses railguns. It's a really fun ship. I like the Hyperion. I like the way it looks. I like firing all the guns and everything. This is a decent mission runner. This is at range. And so with it being at range, it is not quite as effective on the drones. It does have 2 geckos, which you can use simultaneously, and but this one you keep a little bit at distance. So anyway, fun fit. I still have one of those. Prometheus. All right. This has changed. Let's see, this one is, no, 1 month ago. This is the updated one. All right. Prometheus, my favorite ship. And this is designed for PvP. It's designed for being able to run missions and such in like low sec or whatnot. And if you get tackled, it's got a really strong tank, and you can fight. So, but it's extremely expensive, 2.4 billion. But it's good for fighting back, PvP, while you're out PvEing, if that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna change this to, let's see here. Let's change that to 10 entries.
Oh yeah, another dragon boarding the train. All aboard? Choo-choo.
Thanks for the entertainment.
You're welcome. Static Air. All right, 45 months as a sub. All right, let's see here. 45 months as a sub. How about 1,350 gold? Everybody here in your honor. Thank you, Static Air. Much appreciated. All right, so this one is another version of the Lashak. This one has a bunch of salvagers on it. It's for mission running. You've got to, I believe this one's cap stable. So it, I don't know, does this tell anywhere if it's cap stable? I believe it's cap stable. And so anyway, you got to keep away from the small stuff still. The thing on this though is that when I run it, I'm salvaging at the same time that I'm doing everything. So scroll down.
Skill training completed.
So capacitor unstable. All right. So, well, there you have it. You only need, I bet you though, so typically when they're unstable, it means you only need to run one. If you run just one armor repairer, and that's enough, you're stable. Second one is for when shit goes kind of sideways. So, and this has got dual armor reps on it. Another expensive fit, 2.4 billion. Chronos. I've had a lot of trouble coming up with a good Chronos fit. This is the only one for PvE that I have come up with that actually makes sense. And so it works well. It works well, and it's at range. But I'm not a fan of the Chronos overall. This is just, while this is a solid fit, because I don't put unsolid fits up here. While it is a solid fit, I still don't like the fact that it's not the best fit for doing mission running. It is, there are lots of other ships that are much better at mission running. It's just if you really want to fly a Chronos, then this is an option for you. So, by the way, to get to all these fits, it's exclamation point fits in chat. And so if you see something you want to try and build for yourself or whatnot. Here's Gala Smasher. This is a pretty passive fit. This is what I like more in my Rattlesnakes. I like a mix between DPS and passive shield regen. this one can be nuded out. And so that's one of the great things about it is that, let's see, cap stable. One of the great things about it is that it can be completely nuded out to where there's no tank, and then you can still do your stuff. So this is probably one of the best all-around fits. This one's a bit more expensive. It's got, you know, all pirate modules in it and stuff, but it's very, very good. So exclamation point fits, buddy. And can get the link to the fits. Another solid one. All right. Oh yeah, so I have a couple of other ones here too. I have you know, reconfigured some of these. Like this one's Gerstus, and then I've done a Blood Raider one, and I've done some other ones. And basically, if you're going to be fighting all Gerstus, this is your fit. Everything is perfectly set for the resistances you need and the ammo you need. And yeah. And then this one's the Overtanker. It's the Overtanker for a reason. Look at all this. This is all shield regen. Hey, Drop Tech. Thank you for the $3.33 tip. There's 333 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you. I'll put that onto the show fund as well. Thank you very much. I'm sure Duke will bark it out in a minute. All right, so if you're squeamish about going into sites...
Dragons love gold, treasure, and of course, dollar bills.
And if you are able to... so if you're squeamish about going into some sites and you really want to have a good amount of tank, because you're afraid of getting blown up or whatever, and you're willing to give up a little bit of DPS, then this is your ship. And that's because the shield regen in this is massive. And this is what we used to use for fob busting. Now, forward operating bases are now a bit different, and you can't do it with a single Rattlesnake, but this was the configuration that I did them in where I could solo them. And again, this has a Caldari Navy rapid missile launchers in it. You get one more volley out of these, which means more overall DPS. And then if you wanted to change it for something other than, you know, Gala stuff, all you do is just change which resistances you're focusing on for whatever it is you're going to be fighting. I have done some fits like this that I'll keep in the station a couple of extra modules. So like this one's got thermal on it, and explosive, and thermal, and EM. And so you might change it out depending on what's going to be coming at you. Anyway, this is the Overtanker, and it is overtanked for sure. And maximum comfort. You can walk away warping into a level 4 mission site. You can walk away and make a sandwich, and this will still be there when you come back. Unless players kill you, of course. But nothing can blow this up. Well, I suppose if a carrier spawns, then maybe. Yeah, I suppose if a carrier spawns, then you know, you'd be out of luck. All right. Here's another one. This is more of the same stuff, but a little bit different on the resistances. This was set up for invasion stuff, so this is set up for Triglov, to fight against Triglov. And all right, so this one, it's got to go. This is the Orca, and it's a solo miner starters fit. It's got really good reviews and stuff, but it is no longer valid, and so we are going to remove it. And that's why I'm doing this today, so that we can take out stuff that is out of date. So here, this is one of the highest rated fits on EWB, but it's not valid anymore either. You can solo fob still? Oh, really? Well, I guess I'll have to try it. If I'm willing to blow up a ship trying it. I still know how to fit the resistances for particular fobs and stuff. All right. I know they made changes that the fobs are harder. I'll have to look into that. So anyway, this is one of my most popular fits, and we're deleting it. So we're gonna have to build some new Orca fits, and I'll do that, but it'll be later. So we're not gonna put new Orca fits up there today. So here's the Blood Raider fob fit. And this one's using torpedoes. And so maybe I go try it. And yeah, we got some recommended implants here too. It'd be awesome to watch a fob killer be killed. All right, well, I'm gonna put that on my notes here. Not for today, but yeah, okay. I wrote down as a note for a future show. All right, Gala Smasher. So this is a Rattlesnake setup to take on Edencom. This is the the one. It's also overtanked. So show you how to run T4 exotics without losing 2 bill. JJ, the answer on that is that I would love to, but what happens is I get camped when I do them on the show, and so I come out. And you know, after doing it successfully, and I die because I get ganked. So so that hasn't worked too well for me. Yeah, if I was doing it off the show, no problem. So okay, here's Niki, level 4 mission runner. This one's really good. So this is a Triglavian ship. It has a ton of DPS. It's quick because this is not a very big ship, and it can do level 4 missions. It's also great for running like the Sisters of Eve, Epic Arc, and stuff. It has, which you go all over the place. It can do the last mission solo as well. Sometimes though, when I'm doing those, I use the Kikimora, which I think I have the fit in here. I use the Kikimora to blast my way through all the missions, and then do this on the last, you know, mission or 2. So Another Rattlesnake. Guardian's Gala Smasher. It's going to be valid fit still. And then Monster Invasion Smasher. So I have a couple of those. And then here is Conduit Fleet Fit. I think that this should go away. This is outdated. We used these in the conduits that were showing up. And so it doesn't work very well now. And it's too expensive for what you're trying to do. It's a triple ship fit. I'm going to remove this one. It's no longer valid. And here's the Conduit Fleet main one. We're going to remove this one as well. All right. Dominicks Navy issue. You know, this Dominicks Navy issue one is actually a lot of fun. So this one is a brawler, 1695 DPS, apparently an amazing tank, and it is shield rep Galante. So it's very, very rare to see a shield rep Galante ship. Very rare. But this is one of the rare ones. And 1.5 billion, it's a lot of fun to fly this. And it does actually a really good job. So yeah, still a very valid fit. And if you can fly a Dominicks, you can fly a Dominicks Navy issue. So, Macariel, the Pirate Scarlet Sniper. This one guarantees you take a mission that takes you 25 to 45 minutes to do, down to about 3 or 4 minutes. And it's expensive. It says 1.3 billion here. But if you do a lot of mission running, then this is your ship for Dread Pirate Scarlet. And because you can one-shot her. And you one-shot her twice in the mission, mission's over. And when you kill her in this method, you get the best possible drop from her as well. This has the artillery. It's just Tech 1. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So Tech 1 artillery, 1400 millimeter, and it's got really high alpha. It takes forever for the cycle time to shoot again, but it has really high alpha damage, and that's how you one-shot her. There are some other ships that can one-shot her, but this one is perfect. And I have one of these, and every time I get the mission, I go with this ship because I'm able to do it so quickly. My desk is not a place for you to play. All right? This Stiletto Fit, you know what? I think this needs to be updated. Because now now they're not natively bubble resistant and stuff. So I'm going to remove that one. Is the Nestor still my favorite ship? Well, I don't know that the Nestor ever was my favorite ship. I like it, but I don't use it very often because it attracts a lot of attention too. And if you know, you're not always wanting that attention. In fact, you're not wanting that attention. This is from 3 years ago. I think the Tengu has had changes. It has had changes. We're removing this. The modules are renamed and stuff. It doesn't work quite the same. Man, I've been posting fits here for 3 years. Wow. So here's another Tengu. It's from 2 years ago. We're deleting this one as well. There's been changes to these. Edencom, Conduit, Dracovic. Let's remove this one. Conduits are no longer a thing. It might be good for other stuff, but we'll redo it later if that's the case. Megathron. It's a PvE fit. Rails. You want some distance on it. Is it cap stable? It's unstable. Is it single or double rep? Single rep. Yeah, you're only running this rep when you need it. So it's not a it's a cheaper fit. But also Megathron is not your optimal. It is not your optimal ship for PvE. And that's one thing I've tried to do. I've tried to go through and make fits out of each one of the ships for PvE. And some of them, while they are like the Chronos, while it is the best fit possible, it is not a good option. Yeah. So here's a Stratios for wormholing. I'd say it's still valid, but it's really expensive. And this is PvP. Oh, you've used Megathron Navy for incursions. Thing hits like a train. Yeah, it might work good for that. So this is a PvE fit. PvP fit, and it says it's PvE stable workhorse, so it's cap stable. It says unstable. Well, you know, you just run one repair. Second one if you need it. Well, it's got ancillary, so one of them is ancillary. So. No, one of them's not ancillary. Huh. Well, be a good fit. And if you're out wormholing, you know you can get tackled at any time by another player. So you always have to have a fit that can PvP. It's just required. This information is no longer valid. This is see, these have bonuses to overheating, and they cut them in half, and then they buffed them again by half, which made for a 25% reduction from what it was 3 years ago. So this used to do 705 EHP overheated. I bet you it only does about 300, somewhere between 200 and 300,000 DHP now. I'm gonna remove this fit. That one needs to have some work done on it. There's been enough changes. There's a Balgorn. So this one's not stable, I'm sure. Yeah. This is triple armor rep. It's got a scram, webs. How much is it? 757. You might want to try this out in Null. Change this to an afterburner, and it might be a good ESS ship. Depending on how far these can fire. I'm going to leave that one in there. Snockator. I'm going to remove this fit as well. These have changed enough. They need to be rethought a bit. Here's the Dominicks Bash Potato, 675 million. It's a nice little ship, short range guns. It's got blasters. It's got a good armor rep on it, and it's a very well performing ship for the cost. And I've used that on the show many times. So here's a Droiger, which is the is it an assault destroyer? No, it's a command destroyer, right? It's got the bursts. Very good fit for mission running, level 4 mission running, certain types of missions. Also would be excellent, like the Kiki is. It'd be just as excellent for doing, for like Sisters of Eve, Epic Arc and such. Solid fit there. Another solid mission running fit, Vedmak. This is 600 million though, and dual armor rep. It is stable with the dual armor rep. Yeah. You would be hard pressed to lose this on a mission. The only thing about these smaller ships is it takes them longer to get up to the higher DPS. But once you go above, once you go all the way up to battleship, here's the problem. Is that when you go to the battleship from Triglav to Leshak, is the tracking goes down so much that you can't hit the smaller stuff. This can hit all the smaller stuff. Fun ship to fly. Okay, this one has to be changed too, or it's got to go. This was a 2-tick transport, but they've changed some things about it now. I think that they have to relook at that one. It's good getting stuff cleaned up here. Oh, Edencom Fleet Sniper. Well, this doesn't have to be just Edencom. I can just rename this. 587 million. This is what I'm using out in Null for a lot of stuff. Actually, I'm using a little bit different out in Null. So now the reason it's fleets is it can't rep itself. So let's see here. Change fit description. No. Update fit. Change it to Fleet Sniper. Oh, it auto-updated it. All right, with a warning there saying it's for fleets only, not solo. We were talking about this the other day. I think it was Drop Tech that was wanting to know how to survey moons. This is a moon surveying ship. It's a Viator, which is a normal blockade runner, but it is set up with a survey probe launcher, and the reason that you end up using a ship like this, you want something that's quick. This is very quick. You want something that can cloak, because if there's hostiles around, which people don't like you figuring out what their moons are, they may want to bother you over it. And you need some cargo space. I have tried this with other things, like I tried it with the Gnosis and everything, but it was so tedious getting from moon to moon to moon, because you could do 40 moons in one system. And so this is nice and speedy. It is cloaky, and it allows you to just get to the next moon, launch your probe. One thing about launching probes, you must be pointed at the moon. It's not like missiles where it'll just hit the target. You must be pointed at the moon when you launch it. Otherwise, the probe will just go off and it'll never register anything. So people will figure that out pretty quickly. It's like a bomb. Yes. Yeah. There you go. Here's my Omni Gila. This is my recommended Gila for anybody wanting to do abyssals. This will do tier 1 through tier 3, no problem. It has really good survivability. It can run with 0 cap. You'll lose your propulsion, but it can be completely capped out and still have shield tank and everything. So it's a good ship. All right, continue on to the next set. Here's another Hyperion. Dual rep with rails, 400 million. Nice cheap ship. Yeah, for PvE. So just need a little distance and shoot everything up. Anything gets too close, pull out your drones. Here's my Dominicks. It's a sniper. And you snipe with...
Maori Tower cheered. X500. Sup Markee just got settled to watch the show and got called away to do a police impound. Sigh.
Oh, yep. So, Maritoa, thank you for those 500 bits. There is 1,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. And I'll put that on the show fund. So thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah. All right. Gotta go do those jobs. So this is a cheap ship. 376 million. This can be used in Null. It can be used in high sec. And the reason it can be used in Null is that unless they are scanning you down with combat probes and then land on you, if they're flying to the site, they're going to land way far away from you. And you can usually get to warp before they catch you. So now it doesn't have the highest amount of DPS, but it's cap stable. You don't hardly ever need to turn on your armor rep. In fact, many times you don't need it at all. And you use the wardens for distance, and then you use the curators for mid-range. If they start getting too close for the curators, then basically you just need to move yourself out a little bit further with your micro jump. It also has propulsion. But this one is a park and shoot fit, and it has a large armor repair, which this thing is stable, unless everything's running at the same time. You wouldn't run this all the time. But if one of your drones is getting targeted, you can just keep repping it. It's nice for that. Astero. This one is PvP.
Welcome to the Dragons.
And this has an ancillary repper. It has an armor repper. It has cap boosters. You fill up a lot of your space carrying all this stuff. And then it has a Zeugma in it. This is what makes it so expensive. But a Zeugma or a... Richard, thank you for the sub on YouTube. A Zeugma, or there's another lower end one as well. I forget what the name of it is. But they're single... They are single slot, and so you don't have to use both 2 slots for data and relic. You can just use one thing. Now, if you're just going to focus on data sites, you're just going to focus on relic sites, you can take this out, put in a Tech 2 of one of those, and run with it. Ligature, yes, thank you. That's what it is, X-Shelly. Ligature. And then that will bring the cost down a lot. But you don't want to remove something else here to make that happen so that you can run both of them, because then the fit just doesn't work as well. You need a scram on this, and you need to be able to fight. When you're going out into wormhole space or low sec or null sec, and because if it's one-on-one, then you can win. Zeugma with black glass implant's awesome, except the black glass implant is so crazy expensive that while it's awesome, it becomes not profitable because you're not able to take any risk. So, and if you're just staying in high sec, this is not the fit for you. It's not needed. You won't make enough money in high sec alone. All right, this is another remote rep fleet one. We tried this again really recently. I ended up unfitting all of them. So, I don't know why I called this the Peasant's Omni, but it's cheap. This is Alpha. Yeah, I'm gonna change the name on this. I was a cheap ass fit for broke ass bastards. I think that I had an attitude that day. Let's just call this Alpha's Omni. All right. one of my very few fits that that work alpha only. Or I mean, that are good for alphas. It's not alpha only. Anybody can use it. Drake Navy issue. Ah. Yep. Good for level 3s. Passive. It's alpha suitable. It's kind of expensive, 265 million. But if you're alpha, what, did I spell the other one wrong? 610. What are you doing? Why are you up on my desk again? You can hide back there. This little one. Right, see? Can you be a little bit calmer now? Oh, no, you gotta fight. Ow. Oh, yeah. All right. I spelt it right. All right. Okay, so this is Logi. Is this cap stable? This doesn't have any propulsion on it. It is cap stable. So this is for a Drake only stuff that we were doing. Description only. Okay, well, it's gonna stay broken in there. So I don't know, maybe we're gonna do more Drake fleets in the future. I'm gonna leave this fit up. Listen here, cat. I just took you off my desk. Come here. This Hawk can solo the T1 and T2 exotics and darks, where it's made for 3. You can solo them with this, and pays out pretty good. And the ship is 182 million. It's a nice little fit. Looks like I have a video for it too. All right. You died twice with that ship? Oh. All right, Null Ratting Ishtar. Can you take the Hawk into a T3? Only if you had 3 of them. I wouldn't do it solo. All right, so this is my Null Ratting Ishtar, one of them. This one is okay. It's one way of doing it. I have a second fit that I should upload. My Ishtar has no propulsion on it, has shield rep, and it does really well. This one's armor based. It is cap stable. It allows you to do the same thing. It's just you can go armor or shield based. That one's armor. Here's a PvP's Vipple. Put behind my monitors again. It's a good little fit. PvP. Right, here is another Ishtar. Yeah, this is the other one. So the only thing I've changed on it is I've added a second auto-targeting system. So this works real nicely. No propulsion. You orbit pretty close. And it's a good price for what you're doing out there. Here's an Astero that's totally battle Astero. Dual armor rep, scram, micro warp, and 100% all about the PvP, not friendship. The Phenoctus. This one's good. This one's good. I use this in high sec for salvaging. You know, you could use it in Null too, whatnot. It is a great fit because with cap boosters in here and a bunch of cap boosters in the cargo, you can sit and newt the hell out of anybody attacking you while you've got them webbed, while you've got them scrammed, and while you're using your drones on them. This is a great bait ship. And if you're just salvaging just with drones in high sec, it can be used because it has a lot of tank. So I can fit both armor and shields on ships that allows hybrid, yes. So this is the Phenoctus. It acts like a Noctis, but it's not. My patience skill is going up with the kitten, for sure. Anyway, I should train into this with my salvaging guy. I don't know. Or maybe I should put it on one of my PvP characters. Yeah, it'd be such a great bait ship. As long as you don't get hit by a gang, you know, you'd surprise the crap out of them. All right, this one I'm removing. It's more conduit stuff, which we don't really have anymore. It could have some applications for some things, but another conduit one. I'll end up removing probably 10 or 12 fits today. And then we're going to try some new fits today too. Zephyr. It's hard to go wrong on this fit since you can only fit prototype Iris probe launcher. You can use Sisters of Eve probes in it. This you can go into sleepers and they won't attack you. So okay. Here's a nice brawling Hecate. Wormhole fit because of the probe launcher. Take off the probe launcher to reduce the cost, and you know, have some PvP fun. Here is the Kikimora, 119 million, used to blitz Sisters of Eve. Sleepers hacking. Well, it can't hack anything. It can only scan things down and then fly to them and look at them. It doesn't have any mid-range slots. It just has one high. That's it. No lows, no mids, just one high slot. Anyway, this is an excellent fit. I really recommend this fit for Sisters of Eve for doing it as fast as possible. This fit does need a 3% implant. 3% CPU, or I'm not sure. So 3.5 hours is what I've completed the Sisters of Eve Epic Arc in. With this. And I was probably slacking on that too. Here's another tier 2 or tier 3 destroyer. Another one set for PvP and for looking for others. This one, the expanded probe launchers allow you to do the combat probing as well. Still a valid fit. AFK Vexor Navy issue. This one needs to be removed. No longer valid. It's no longer good. They reduced the amount of drones you can run with it. So it doesn't have good enough DPS to be very effective. It'll still do the sights. It just takes it a really long time. So I don't recommend it anymore. There's a Damovic. And PvE, cap stable. I don't know if I recommend this one so much, because if you move up to a Nurgle, which is the assault frigate version of it, it can do much more damage, and really you should just move up to like an Icky and run that, and then you just blast through everything. But anyway, it's a stable fit. It's under 100 million. And so it is a good mission runner. Just there might be better options out there for you. All right, these procurer fits got to go. They have things in them that are no longer valid. Here is the Kiki Amaze. It's cheaper than that Damovic, 72 million. Level 4 mission runner. It can run a ton of missions. It's pretty amazing. You can do almost every mission in this. You have to keep range though. And it just takes a while, but it is an amazing ship. All right, so this is we talked about black glass and everything. So this video is about this ship. This fit's still valid. The implants needed are what, about 2 billion or whatever. But with this fit, this ship, which is cheap, it's 66 million, can scan down anything. And it has 181 core strength for scanning, and I believe like 91 or something like that for combat. And so if you're using it to be the quick scanner, that can't really do anything except get on location so that others can warp to you to go tackle somebody, this thing is amazing. Or if you are running dual ships and you can use this to scan stuff down really quickly and then another ship to warp in and do the sight. So it's absolutely amazing. It is not a combat ship. You do not want to get this character killed because the implants are so frickin' expensive. They're incredibly expensive. A nice space control. This is a bubbler and still a valid fit, 54 million. It can launch bubbles at, you know, wherever you're at. You just got to do it in however your fleet mates want you to do it. You launch bubbles on them when they're not expecting it, and you hear a lot of complaints. Good ship, though. Still a very valid fit. Here's a PvE Rupture. Good for, you know, like level 3 missions and stuff. Thorax. All right, this is one of my, I put this one up 30 days ago. This ship has been solid. The ship has been really, really solid on getting kills. It's got a good armor rep. It does an okay speed. It's got a scram and a couple of webs, and it's got good DPS. If you catch them, they're messed up. So I've had some good kills with these, including I've killed a couple Gnosis with these. So, which Gnosis can be really tanky. OCT. Why does a scram for inside an ESS? Well, because you may very well encounter them on the gate before they get into the ESS, and so that's where I use that. I also it also allows you so that if you are catching them when they're getting near the edge of the bubble, you would use a scram, and so that when they get outside that bubble, they can't warp away from you. And so I found that better than having like a third web. I could put a third web on it, but yeah, I don't know if that would help, because then I couldn't keep them from getting away, because you're not always inside the ESS when you're battling an ESS. This right here is a Tristan Bling No Guns. It is one of my favorite ship configurations for faction warfare, and because it's quick, it can fight. It's got a warp disruptor on it. You kite your target. It has no guns. It stays cap stable. It should say cap stable here. It says unstable. Wonder why that is. I don't remember this being unstable. Well, anyway, yeah. So this could be used all kinds of places, and it's cheap. Well, it's 39 million. There's a cheaper version of this, but this ship tends to pay for itself in faction warfare. You gain much more than what you lose, and so this would be used for killing rats as well. Allows you to orbit at like, what, about 18 or something like that. And if they're rocket fit, they're never going to hit you. When we start doing faction warfare again, I'll probably be using that a lot. There's a Bellicose. This one's PvE. It's really for like level 4 missions stuff. I wouldn't necessarily go trying to do level 5 mission or level 4 missions with it. This is my configuration that I use for my alpha wormhole sitters. And here's why. This is a poor man's cloak. And all of these right here, the sensor boosters, you run all of these, and it takes somebody who's got a ship like I was showing you before that has like 91 in combat probing points. We ran this and we had people come out and try and find it, and they were not able to with combat probes. They did eventually find it by triangulating with D-scan, but anyway, so this is able to sit out in the open, not on grid, but in the open, in wormholes, and be a cheap ship. I mean, it's 30 million, but to be a cheap ship that is just pretty much impossible to scan down. And so I use these in J0 wormholes. And the J0s are wormholes that always have a high sec connector, and they're shattered. There's no stations in them. You cannot place a station in one of them. And so I have probably about 15 of these in different J0 wormholes. There's probably about 30 or 40 J0 wormholes total. I haven't found all of them yet. But anyway, I can fire any one of these up that I want to. I know which wormhole they're in. They can scan down the exit, and then they can report it to my other characters where the exit is, and then I can get in via high sec. And this is kind of a fun fit because it doesn't. It's just so damn hard to find. Yeah. All right, Federation Navy Comet. This is another good faction warfare fit. It's dual prop, and so basically you catch up to somebody with your micro warp, and you scram them, and then you switch over to the afterburner to keep a good amount of transversal around them while you pummel them.
Welcome to the Dragons.
It works really well. So, yeah. Classy, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Poach van transporter, Tyra. Huh. All right. I don't remember building this one, but I was trying to get stuff out of Poach van at one point because I have a bunch of stuff. I actually have a bunch of stuff, including orcas and shit like that are stuck in Poach van. You cannot run both props at once, no. But if they shut off your, see, it also keeps them from shutting down your propulsion on that other ship, because once you tackle them, then you switch over to your afterburner, and they can't shut that off, even if they have a scram. Algos. This is another fit for faction warfare. So it can also do, it can kill the rats in sites. So it's got a scram and afterburner. So You got to kill them all at once, though. It has no tank rep. Corax. I've used this a bunch. This is the Frustration Fit. It shoots really, really far. And so you can hit them from 70k away or more. And the last one that I ran had 170 DPS. It's a fun fit because it's cheap too. If you lose it, oh well. You know? It's a great kite ship. I orbit at like 60 with it. Thrasher. A cheap Thrasher. 15 million, which is not cheap. But it's pretty cheap. And with Scram, another still good fit. Alright, we're into the last few fits here. Catalyst. This is set up to do the large the large sites in faction warfare. It's got 400 and some odd DPS, and it is it's pretty good, and you can alpha your way out of many battles with other players if you get caught. So this is a throwaway venture. It's 11 million, but it's a throwaway because it's out to get gas only. So the J0s I was mentioning, it's good for hit and run on those. You go up in there, you do a J0, that you're using one of those other characters to figure out where the entrance is. You share it with this guy, and then you go in and you go for like 19 minutes in a gas site, and then you leave. Unless the rats have already been taken care of. If the rats have already been taken care of, then great. The reason that this doesn't have the rest of a fit on it is because it takes a long time to fill this up and everything.
Sir, rock.
And when it takes so long to fill up, you're just really, really exposed out there. Thanks, Rushlock. Welcome, everybody. We're going through a whole ton of fits. We've been doing it the whole show already. I've been removing fits that are no longer valid and talking about all these fits that are still really good. So, anyway, this gas mining one is a throwaway ship, and that's why it's not fully tanked. Because if you're caught in a wormhole. So, yeah, all these fits are on Eve Workbench. Exclamation point, fits, EWB. So, what it can't handle is it can't handle the rats that show up after 20 minutes. And that's why if it's a brand new site, 19 minutes and you leave. You have to use something else to take out the rats. So, it's supposed to be a cheap prospect? Yeah, kinda. Except a prospect I'd probably fully fit. But the problem is that you're sitting on the gas site for so long, especially if you've taken out the rats. You're sitting there for so long that somebody else warps in cloaky and they slow boat to you cloaked, and then they appear right next to you and grab you and beat the shit out of you. So, you need to know your surroundings, and since wormhole fighting is so much different than like high sec and stuff, you don't know that they're there until they're right there. So you may as well make it cheap. Unless, well, even if you've got something else cloaky there that's ready to uncloak and take on the fight, even with that, they probably will have killed this ship before you take care of them. So, they can't get that close cloaked? Yes, they can. They can get within about 2K of you before they uncloak. Camera just reset. So, unless there's something changed in gas sites. So, unless something has changed in gas sites in the last couple of years, because I haven't done it for a couple of years. So, yeah. The gas clouds are massive and will decloak them. All right, so then maybe you need to figure out how to get into the middle of the gas cloud so that they get decloaked. But even at that, so they appear at 10K? I don't know. I guess maybe we would need to test that out. But at any rate, this is for cutting losses cheaply. And if you can fill the hold, at least before compression went in, I was able to get a very significant amount. I was able to more than pay for the ship multiple times just in one load. So, yeah. All right. Cormorant. This is a sniper for 100K. This is a good hit and run ship. It's cheap, 10 million. And it's especially good for when you're fighting stuff, especially if it's gangs that you don't know what you're going up against or whatnot. So you can warp in at 100K, you can get some shots off on them, and maybe have to warp back out. Although a lot of the stuff that we see in Null, they're able to shoot more than 100K. And so if they decide that you're a flea that's biting them too much, they just target you and blap you because this doesn't have any tank. But it's really, really cheap. Allows you to get into the fight. Cheap, cheap, cheap. And that's the ticket. Get in and participate. Let's see here. Here is another Wormhole fit. This one's alpha suitable, and it's using the F90 combat sensor boosters, which reduce your signature radius, which makes it much harder for them to use combat probes to find you. So it allows you to, it's not foolproof because somebody that's got really high skills and good, you know, if they have implants or if they have extra modules on their ship or whatnot for scanning, they're still going to be able to find you with this because it really takes like 4 of these in order to be unreachable, and you just don't have the room for 4 of them. So I suppose if you were really skittish, you could take out the propulsion and add another one of those. So does glass cloud hurt your ship when mining? No. But there's rats that'll appear at 20 minutes of being there. So here is the cheap Tristan for faction warfare that doesn't have any guns. It's 8 million. It can take out the rats in smalls and below. I don't think it has enough DPS to do mediums. And then can also fight as a warp disruptor. And so you can, if another player comes in, you can take them on and kite them. And I believe this is cap stable. It says unstable. All right. So, and apparently I made a video about it. Look at that. Yeah, quite a while ago. Music. All right, here's a Corax, which is designed for a couple things here. It's dual prop. And with it being dual prop, it allows you to quickly catch up to your target, scram them, and then switch over to an afterburner so that you can get an orbit around them, get good transversal, and try and kill them before they kill you. This has rockets. The damage is 200 and something DPS. I don't remember off the top of my head. And
Welcome to the Dragons.
It doesn't have any self-survivability, meaning it can't rep itself or anything, but it is good as long as they don't know what you're flying, you know? So they may just think it's a normal Corax, and you're able to keep your transversal up. So as long as they're not shooting missiles or rockets at you, if they have guns, then you may be able to outrun their tracking, and you may do very well. So really good against like Minotaur ships, might be good against a lot of Galante ships, and but if it's Caldari, they may very well be missiles. So, Evan Nobel, thank you for following. Welcome. And then here's a another rocket one, and this one this one has a web as well. So very similar, kind of the same thing, except you'll have a little bit harder time catching them. Sit on the button. So when you fly into a faction warfare site, there's a little you know, warp in point there that they're going to land within 5K of that. So it doesn't show up on your overview normally or whatnot, but you can look at it, you can go to it, and you sit right on that, and then when they warp in, you can grab them right away. On the flip side, if they're really fast on the warp in and you weren't paying attention and there's something that can beat you up, more likely they're going to catch you. Here is another cheap fit. Oh, this says it's alpha suitable now. All right, it's another throwaway fit for mining in J0s where the risk of getting blown up is quite great. 2 million on the price. So if you make it out with one load of ore, you've probably paid off the ship. And then I don't know why I put this fit up here. Oh, that's right. We put this fit up here because I wanted to see if we could get it up to being one of the best top-rated fits in EWB. Not that you can fit anything onto it. It has 39 on the rating. Yep. Great fit, huh? All right. So there we have it. That is all of my fits. Okay, we have somebody in here. Let's see here. Actually, I don't know what they're in. Let's see. This is probably my fastest ship for an ESS. Let's dock with this. You like all of them except the dual prop Comet? Oh, they just robbed the place. It's 45 minutes gone by and nothing. You know, it has 0 in the bank here. I think they just successfully robbed the place and I wasn't paying attention.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, there's nothing on scan here. What this guy's doing in here.
Warp drive active.
Actually, we'll go look in the station and see if he's an old Alliance member that's still in station.
Docking request accepted.
Yep, he's in station here. So it means that he's probably a former Alliance member logging in, figuring out how to get his shit out of there. Hey, Drop Tech. Yep, we mentioned something about you. What was it? Oh, we talked about one of the fits.
Oh, nice. Dragons love gold, treasure, and of course, dollar bills.
There's 200 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, Drop Tech. And it was one of the fits we were talking about. And I don't remember which one. It was something that you had asked, though, previously. All right. Let's step away for just a moment. Be right back, everybody. right. We have the guys here. All right, I think this character here, we're gonna go build a couple ships. We got a couple more of the what are they called? Aunties.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
So we did a couple of fits yesterday that were sent to me that were good long-range fits. It looked really good for Caldari. One was a Caracal, the other one was Onerous Navy issue. Is that right? So.
Docking request accepted.
Out of one of my things here. Now my login's not working. Another one. What is this? Chat application. The dumb thing logs me out in the middle of a show sometimes. It's like, cookie's expired. Can't you tell I'm using it and just refresh it? Okay, so let's look up this Caracal one. These are some just fantastic fits from yesterday. Right here. 44 million, dual prop, So we can fight inside and outside. It's just such a great looking fit. And oh, we got too many the targeting script. All right. And it's cap stable if you're just using the afterburner, which fly at 685, which is not too bad inside an ESS. All right. We get 3 of these. Money on me? I do have some, yeah. All right. Buying 3 of them. This is a brand new one. It's not up on EWB moment. I have to play with it for a little bit, but it looks really solid so far. You go missile range, you go targeting, take these extras out. Why do I have an extra shield in here? Did I accidentally leave that in the fit? All right. You don't want to get hit with this. So if they start targeting you, then you could be in big trouble. But, you know, 311 DPS, targeting at 287. No, targeting at, let me turn on simulation. Targeting at 174 and flight of 192. So you can orbit it like 150 with this puppy and be just fine. And what's really great about this is that you can get up to them quicker as long as you're not inside the ESS. If you need to, if they're burning out. And then you've got this incredible range for hitting them, which is just really, really nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one for sure. These together. What? Well, shit. All right, here we go. ESS Reserve Bank has been unlocked. Where at? It's not here. Hey, it's a reserve bank that's been unlocked. Not there. Not here. Damn. It just says in your region. So it's just in our region, that's all we know. I looked at the couple of systems that I'm in. Nobody seems to know. Right, well,
Docking request accepted.
I can't just go running around the whole region. Set these other ones up. Your TDP. All right. Let's go. No, Peregrine Falls. Wait. Is that the guy Peregrine Falls? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Reserve bank. They've unlocked the reserve.
Warp drive active.
I don't know what I'm going to run into. I'm just taking my biggest ship I got right here. This one, by the way, is a fit I need to post up. I've been very happy with it for ESS fighting. This one's got a couple kill marks on it.
Warp drive active.
I don't know if these people were responding to me when I asked where the reserve bank was or not. We're gonna find out.
Warp drive active.
Might be a big fleet. You know, reserve bank stuff.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
All right. It's 3 of them against my 1. I don't know if I can take them onto Vedmak and an Exquiter.
Welcome to the Dragons.
That's their Logi. All right. And they got a third guy here, but I don't know what they're in. They're probably I wish I had one more person here. I think the Vedmak alone will kill me. I don't know what the third ship is. I don't know. I have half a mind to just go try it. It doesn't look like I'm getting any backup. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Let's try it.
Warp drive active.
Let's go. Here we go, probably to my death. right. Here we go.
Drive active.
Now I gotta get the Executor first because I don't know if I can overpower his. They're running. Where are they? Where is... All right, Vedmax primary, because he's close. A bunch of people came in.
A module has run out of charges.
Yeah, I needed help pretty badly, for sure. They got a Loki, Helas, Executor, Vedmac. Well, I wanted, you know, I wasn't 100% sure I'd die, and that's why I went in. It's locked now. Yep, I wanted to try it. I wasn't 100% sure I would die, so I went. That's my motto these days. If I'm not 100% sure I'm gonna die, I go for it. Snowcat, thank you for the follow. Welcome. All right. Well. You thought all good ideas started with fuck it, let's go? Yeah. Oh, they're back in again. They unlocked it again. They have another key. Yeah, I'm aborting my self-destruct. Keep an eye on this. I can be eyeballs in here. Yeah, you know, if I'm not 100% sure I'm going to die, so there was 2 guys in there. I wanted to give it a shot. I thought I might have been tanky enough, but what happened was, is I showed up with a Loki and a couple more Helas, and then, oh, now they're shooting me. And then that put it over the top. I was holding my tank until then. All right. Okay. You know what? 224 million for one of these ships? That was worth it. It says 247. That's fine. All right. This thing, in my opinion, is pretty grand. Dicey, Droon's scammy insurance paid out. $5 from Droon. Super chat. Thank you, buddy. There's 5,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. Put another $5 on the show fund. Thank you muchly.
Oh, nice. Dragons love gold, treasure, and of course, dollar bills.
Oh, man. All right. Wow. They killed a paladin in there. Paladin had gone in. I'm not sure that I'm going back over there. All right. Yeah. They're, all right, they got one of the guys in there. Okay, let me go next door, take the ship next door. Let me take something else in there. I'll head back over, but I gotta take something else with me. Well, I assume that Pally had other people in there with him, because there was other people there. But who knows? That happened after my pod was killed. So
Docking request accepted.
quick. Yeah. Here, I gotta hide my screen here in case this pops up. Oh, thank you. All right, so no, I'm not muted. I just was game dev messaged me on something that I needed to respond to, so that's all. All right, let's see here. All right, so I don't think that I'm going to go and feed these guys more ships. Got a wormhole in there. That's where they're coming from. How much money do you get in Eve? Well, I don't know. What does that mean? How much money do you get in Eve? You get however much you earn. All right, so I'm not gonna... It looks like maybe it's cleared now. They apparently had multiple keys for that bank. Because after they killed me, they got another, their key timed out, and then they started another one. All right, let's take this thing out. We'll get to try out this ship.
Drive active.
How'd you start to build a fortune in Eve? Well, I mean, you got to start making money first. I mean, again, can you set a smaller goal on your question? It's like asking me, how do you build retirement in real life? A fortune for retirement in real life. And the answer is you do whatever you want and you apply your money wisely. But I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for. What I'm doing on the show today is definitely spending-esque. It costs me a lot more to go out and do PvP stuff than I make.
Drive active.
And the same applies in Eve. It does in real life. For really making the money, it takes money to make money.
Drive active.
I don't know what I'm going to find in here. I think the original person that asked for help is probably already dead. There are a lot of people in here. Okay. Get over here while I look what's going on.
Drive active.
Yeah, a good starting point is exploration. It's probably the easiest money for the lowest barrier to entry.
Drive active.
Go look at the ESS, what's in there, but I don't think much. I'm eating lunch while doing this. That's why I turned my camera off. And nothing in the ESS. Chris, giveaway for the bronze pack. Yes. Thank you for the support, buddy.
Warp drive active.
So, not sure what these guys are doing in here. Oh, they left. All but one. I didn't see if they all left at the same time or not, to know whether or not they filamented out. Guess I'll head this guy back.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
You earn LP by doing missions or faction warfare currency. Faction warfare.
Warp drive active.
Why is following me? Loki. There he is. Faction warfare ruins your standings against opposing factions, yes. Raises them against current standings. My faction warfare guy is up above 9.0 in his Galante state.
Warp drive active.
That guy couldn't follow me through this last gate. Didn't have the rights.
Warp drive active. Docking request accepted.
And Q'd, it's not possible to do everything with one character. No, not right away. After a period of time, it is. But seriously, like 10 years of training to be able to kind of be able to do some of everything halfway. You need to pick what you want to do and focus on that. And then if you're unsure, you just try a bunch of different things until you find something that works right. You may have wasted some skill points on other stuff, but that's fine, you know?
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Spoony, thank you for following. Welcome.
Docking request accepted.
Osprey Navy issue. Oh, what is it that I don't qualify for here? Sensor linking. Okay. Do I have any free skill points? Not much.
Skill training completed.
Qualify now. $100 million each. Yeah, they're actually working out to be about 130 million each, but all right. Spend a ton of money on that. Okay. $362 DPS, 1557 on the speed. That's really nice. That's really fast. And then let's simulate here. Targeting is at 182, and I can shoot at 200. Woo-wee! So we're talking like an orbit of like 150K. Oh, that's out of boost range. That is something pretty ridiculous. There's a problem I have with these, is that I have 3 different versions of these now, and all 3 versions require different orbit distances. And so it's going to force me to figure it out each time on each fit, because it won't, I really wish that orbit was not set at hull and that it was set at ship, because it goes off the hull. So if I'm flying this hull, the orbit is whatever that orbit is, even if I hop into a different fit of that same hull. So I wish that was different. I really do. And then how far is my drone range? 100K. All right. We got these left over. Very good. And why do I have all this stuff in here? Did I deposit it for myself in here or something? I don't even know. All right. When I have no skins for it. All right. This is a bad boy here. Man. I am digging this one. Is this cap stable, though? Oh my god, I didn't check. 14 minutes. Close enough. This is like warping at 100 and shoot things? No problem. Fly at 1557 on an afterburner? No problem. Okay. Seems crazy on this orbit, but
Warp drive active.
look at that. They're just the right distance away where I can hit them. Go 150 even. All right. You buy a pack from us, will work on your Steam account. So basically you log into your Eve account on the Eve website, and that's where you apply the codes. As long as you have not applied, and on the Eve website it doesn't care whether it's your Steam one or not. And then the packs are just one per account. Basically one of each type per account. Just because you're playing through Steam, you're not forced to use Steam for purchasing. Alright, so I'm a little light on the DPS against battleships. Here it's 300 and something. But I wanted to, you know, give it a shot here. See how things felt. That left loot? Really? Surprised that left loot.
Warp drive active.
That was a drone. Does that mean there's something spiffy in there? That has me intrigued. Okay, a little bit spiffy. Take it. It left a blueprint. That one didn't leave anything. I didn't expect it to. I didn't expect the other one to leave anything. It has me intrigued now, that's for sure. And queued. Thanks for the help, Thief. No problem. Thank you for the support. We'll see if by chance it
A module has run out of charges.
oh, all right. We'll see if by chance it actually drops anything. Right at the edge of this missile range. Where's the faction warfare update? Months away. Alright, that one left nothing either. I really didn't have an expectation of anything from these, so getting that as a piece of loot. Oh, 20 runs too. All right. I had another ship inside that Praxis. Guys, I didn't even realize it. Oh my god. They killed me twice. I'm looking at this. Let me go dock up and I'll show you what I found here.
Active.
I was wondering why I had 2 kills against me today, and I forgot that there was a frigate in the frigate escape bay, and it put me into that whenever I died, and then they killed me in that. That sucks. Oh, I went into the wrong system here. Gee whiz. Not my home system. We're not able to pass along the Plex savings from the NES store. That's you're using Plex as your cash. So I can sell you the Plex, and then you can go buy it in there and get the 20% off. But here's the fact: if you just buy Omega and then you use like the 3% coupon we have in our store, it will cost you less than if you go and buy the Plex and then go use that 20% off that they have in there right now. That's for people who already have Plex. All right, let's see here. Okay, where's my gate? There it is.
Warp drive active.
Came across doing Spice Force last night. Yeah, I have a copy of that. I actually haven't installed it yet. They sent me a copy to use on the show, and then some other things happened, and I just never. I have a Steam key for it. I never even redeemed it. All right. Where's my station?
Warp drive active.
Ever get V Rising to work? I didn't try again, honestly. They didn't get back to me when I turned in an error report for the issue. They told me they knew about the issue. I suppose I would have tried it again if they'd come back to me saying that they fixed the issue. But I don't know. I didn't want to waste time. Kind of how I felt. Right, so that's some loot. All right, so this is a very, very nice fit, I think. It can't brawl, but it's a darn nice fit. Yeah, so these will be fun to run. All right, all's quiet at the moment. Tomorrow, it's not going to be a show. I have to go to Jacksonville again tomorrow to pick up my wife from the airport. And that's going to be like a 3-hour round trip. So that is one thing about living out here in the country, is that we certainly don't have any convenience to the airport. And to take an Uber that far or anything would cost you quite a bit. So, you know. So I go pick her up. Where we were at in Kissimmee, we were literally 10 minutes away from the terminal. But we also had a lot of planes flying over, and I hated it. They would rattle the windows. Rent a car one way? Yeah. Well, it's fine. I'll go pick her up. And you can't do a raid for one. It has to be at least 10. It's gotten really quiet around here. You only have 0 gold to your name? Oh, well, you know, it'll build up slowly. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to call it a show early today. Call it done early. Get in on the giveaway, exclamation point giveaway, bronze pack. And it's worth what? $7-8, I think, something like that. And then tomorrow there's not going to be a show, but Saturday there will be. There will be Saturday, and so we should get some good action on Saturday for sure. So, and I got these new fits I want to try out. I kind of want to give these new fits to my other guy that can fly these ships too, but this is my Caldari character. She's got the Caldari ships. They're both Caldari. And the other guy does Amar and Galante. So keep them specialized, I guess. What's the next event in Eve? Let me look it up. Federation Day, next month. No, that's this month. Probably, let's see here. It'll probably come out the Tuesday the 14th or the 21st. One of the two. Federation Day. Galante inspired stuff. In fact, isn't it the Grand Prix? Which I've never really been a fan of, but some people dig it. All right. Let's get this giveaway ready. Everybody should pretty much have their entries in or just be finishing it up. All right, so for this bronze pack, if by chance you've already redeemed one on your account or accounts and you can't use it, it'd make a great gift for a corp mate. You'd be a hero. And so I'll read off your game name, Twitch name, YouTube name, whatever name you put in there for the winner. If you didn't put in a name and you just put in a message, I'll read off your real first name and just last initial so that you remain anonymous, but you still know who you are if you hear it. And the winner will get this via email. It'll be a reply to the email you got confirming your entry. And then yeah, it'll have instructions on how to redeem it and the code. It comes from our store. If you need any of the packs, or you need Plex, or you need a Mega Time, exclamation point coupon in chat, or link in the description in YouTube. And you can get it from us. Use the discount code, save yourself a few bucks, support the show. Put a smile on my face. All right. Congratulations to John J, who says, Markee is awesome. All right. Well, thank you for that. John, you're the winner. Check your email. Okay, everybody. think I will see you all Saturday. Fly safe. Take care.